What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. Are y'all ready for this? I'm going to attempt to do something. Please, don't try this at home. I'm a professional, and I'm willing to take the risk to make sense out of this nonsense. Bringing to the stage none other than the lady that is filled with nonsense. The woman who walks around leaving nonsense trails everywhere. When she burps, nonsense come up. She goes to the bathroom, poops out nonsense. You smell it on her when she walks past. Nonsense is always on her breath over the alcohol. I mean, you smell the alcohol mixed in, but the nonsense is the number one thing that hits you in your nostrils when you encounter this one right here. I'm talking about none other than monkey paw hands, mush mouth, marble mouth, bag of bones, nasty Pelosi. Had the nerve to get up there and do a press conference on C-SPAN, and she was talking about the president, and she said some hurtful things that if I was the president, I'd be hurt. But see, it went one step further. She tries to slide in a subliminal message to all of us Trump supporters as well. Okay. And anyone else that works for the president. Now, she might think she's clever enough to pull that over, that fast one over on all of those impressionable, weak-minded people who just looks at the surface of things. Yeah, she might be able to get over on them because, see, they don't wear nonsense glasses, but we do. And those glasses allows us to see through this type of nonsense. So let's listen to Bag of Bones, Mush Mouth Nancy Pelosi as she talks about the president and all of this money that she wants, this new proposal for $3 trillion for legal immigrants and all that other stuff. Let's listen to you.
You're asking me about the appropriateness of the actions of this president of the United States?
Okay. Now, I'm not sure if it's just me, but she sounds like she got some slurred words. It could be age or it could be alcohol, one of the two. And you're asking me if I get an appropriation of the president of the United States. Pronounce your words, Nancy. Okay, maybe it's the loose dentures. I don't know. Nobody knows at this point. But let's continue.
So completely inappropriate in so many ways that it's almost a given. It's like,
how? Like, what is she talking about? His actions, not necessarily his words. She's saying his actions are inappropriate in so many ways. I'm trying to think of like what did he smack someone? I'm not sure. Did he come up with a bill or proposal that just totally violates our constitutional rights or Bill of Rights? None of that stuff. Okay, so she's just making stuff up and saying it is inappropriate because I say it is. Yeah, his actions, but then of course his words too, they hurt people's feelings. Let's listen in.
A child who comes in with mud on their pants or something. That's the way it is. They're outside playing. That's what he comes in with doggy do on his shoes, and everybody who works with him has that on their shoes too.
Now, Bag of Bones, mush mouth, monkey paw hands having nasty Pelosi is talking about the president and his behavior. She said it's so common right now, it's just expected. He's like a kid that comes in with mud on his pants every day, but instead of mud, he comes in with doggy do on his pants, on his shoes every day, and which is very, very rich coming from someone who walks around with a boo-boo suit on all the time. I mean, maybe she's forgotten about her inappropriate behavior, standing up in the middle of a meeting, pointing at the president like that. Remember that one? Could it be perhaps her delaying the State of the Union? Could it be ripping up the State of the Union in front of everyone? Could it be those things? I'm just curious when she talks about norms and behavior and things like that. I think Skeletor here, aka Bag of Bones, monkey paw hands, the whole gambit. She is the queen of horrible behavior. Not to mention, she can't talk properly. But let's continue listening to her talk about poop on the shoes. Yeah.
Very long time to come.
Okay.
So I don't know. I hear doctors talk to me about saying.
Now, one thing she said that kind of made me say, where you going with this, Nancy? Let's listen to it again. See if you catch it.
Too, for a very long time.
Let's go back to the boo-boo on the shoes.
Their pants or something. That's the way it is. They're outside playing. That's what it. He comes in with doggy do on his shoes, and everybody who works with him has that on their shoes too.
There it is. Did y'all catch it? The demonization. See, they want to blanket everybody. This is falling into the deplorable comment. It's like, you know what? Let's go ahead and fight dirty. Now, this is a tactic. I like doing this. I love exposing the psychological warfare behind what they do. See, the goal is not to just attack Trump. See, Trump on his own is gonna, he's gonna stand on his own. But what they're really doing is trying to broaden the attack. Let me go ahead and cover a lot of people and shame them. Make them question their loyalty to Trump. Make them question their decision to support the president by saying, look, not only is he walking around with poop on his shoes, anybody who works for him got poop on their shoes. Subliminal message sent out to you guys who supports him in the White House and works for him. You're just as stinky as the president, which is very rich, coming from the party of poop. She runs the poop party. Fake investigations, fake impeachments, trying to set up the president, all of those things that Nancy do, using identity politics, falsely accusing people of racism, sexism, xenophobia, all of that stuff. And they were the founders and the ones who supported the whole Me Too movement that they somehow ran out of. They had a whole bunch of Me Too before, and now it's all gone. They've wasted it. They blew through their surplus. And then you got who, I think it's Adam Schiff, that's full of Schiff. Yeah, that guy. All of the people in their whole party, if you just take a few minutes to go back through the montage of stuff that they've said, you can build a poop mountain out of all the stuff that comes out of their mouth. Okay, and she's sitting at the top of the poop hill, queen of poop, and Obama is sitting next to her, the king of poop. Let's listen to the rest of this.
For a very long time to come. Okay. So, I don't know, I hear doctors talk to me about...
Now, what she just said, y'all who works for Trump is going to have poop on their shoes for a very long time to come. Subliminally saying to you, once you leave Trump or once you get out of office, we're going to blackball you. We're going to punish you because we're going to look around every time you come and say, here comes that person that had poop on their shoes because they work for President Trump. Let's continue.
I'm saying, what's the matter with him? The things he says are so inappropriate for a president of the United States.
Like what?
The comments he makes about women. Mm-hmm. Comments he makes about women.
So, first things first, she doesn't even give you an actual comment. She just says the comments he makes about women twice. Because, see, when you say it twice, that means you really mean it and it's true. The comments he makes about women. The comments he makes about women. Okay, which comments are you talking about? Could it be that he's talking about a specific woman? I'm just curious. And the comment is appropriate for her? Or is Nancy just saying that when he makes a comment about one woman, it applies to all women, perhaps? But secondly, for the woman who is so in tune with being sensitive to people and all their needs and stuff, why isn't she supporting women? Why is she not supporting Tara Reid? I mean, she's quick to throw that woman under the bus. I'm just curious. It's funny how they selectively become sensitive for the people who they claim are always being mistreated and the victims and stuff. They're real selective with that. But when it comes down to their own, they protect them and throw the other people under the bus, regardless whether they're women, black, illegal immigrants. Anybody who opposes the poop party gets thrown under the bus. Let's wrap this up.
So inappropriate.
So inappropriate.
So no, I don't think it's appropriate. But again, there's a market for it, obviously.
Oh.
And that's what he plays to.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, did you catch that? See, it was a three-pronged attack. She started off and go after Trump, the people who work for him, now the people who support him. Obviously, there's a market for it. And those are the people he plays to. So she's talking about us, guys. She's saying we're now the voters of poop. We're walking around just as poopy as Trump because we support him. You see how that works? Now, I guess she's assuming that this is going to make us decide not to vote for Trump next time we go in to the ballot box. I don't want to be walking around with Doodoo on my shoes because I support Trump. So I'm going to support the crazy candidate that can't remember his own name and is completely corrupt and is obvious. Joe Biden. Click. No, that's not going to happen, Nancy. You might as well just say, you know what? You all are deplorable. That's what you might as well say. You know, your buddy Hillary. Let's continue.
There's a word somebody used to me. They said you would understand it better if you knew what a confabulator is.
Oh.
Confabulator?
You mean like you basically, I think maybe what she meant is flagellation, because that's what she's full of. When she talks, flagellation comes out, farts, funky smells, disgusting things come out of her mouth every time she talks. Full of lies. It's mixed. It's a hot mix of lies, doo-doo, vomit, gangrene, any nasty thing you could think of comes out of her mouth when she talks. Sulfur, you name it, comes right out of her mouth. And now she got to another day. Oh, somebody told me the reason I don't open my mouth very much is because of all the funkiness that comes out. I try to cover it up by keeping my mouth kind of tight when I talk. But you know what? It's so nasty on the inside, you still smell it. Yeah, let's continue.
Confabulator is.
Flagellate.
Look up the word confabulator.
Yeah, look up the word flagellate.
So he just really doesn't even know what the truth is.
Okay.
And just says anything. And because he says it, then he believes it.
Oh, like the Democrats, he says anything. And because he says it, he believes it. No, wait a minute. See, you mean like how y'all said that all women should be believed over and over again? You mean like how y'all called President Trump a Russian agent over and over again, hoping that at some point everyone would just believe it? You mean like those things that y'all say over and over again that aren't true? Boy, I mean, she's in a safe space. Nobody's pushing back. She's basically giving a speech. I want to be in that audience right there to call out all that doo-doo that's falling out of her mouth. Let's continue.
But this, you know what? Forget about him. This is about how we go forward.
Now, you hear that? You hear that? Now, after I just spent about a minute and a half of insulting the president, I'm going to act like I'm bigger and above all that, okay? I'm going to focus on the main ingredients. You know what? That's neither here nor forget about him. Let me get serious, okay? Now, let's listen to this serious garbage.
To help save lives. Save the livelihood of our people by saving our economy and how we prepare ourselves to go into this.
You hear that? She wants to save lives as she held up the money several times. Yeah, you mean those lives? Save lives and worry about the people. It's about the people. Even though those dreamers that she could have got amnesty for, her and Chuck, they didn't do it. When Trump offered, they didn't take the offer. You mean like that? You mean like the lives that all of the dreamers, the mothers rather, whose kids were killed by illegal immigrants? Like those people, when they wanted to talk to you, Nancy, came to your office and you was tell them, I'm not in today. I'm hiding under my desk because I don't want to talk to them. See, you mean like that? Yeah, she's concerned about the people, everyone. Let's continue listening to this garbage.
Future in a very positive way. It's just something that is in our midst that we have to deal with. And we would hope that the American people would see very clearly whatever they think of him, love him or not, love yourself. Vote for your interests. Because if you're a person who's lost your job through no fault of your own, this Heroes Bill, this Heroes Act, this bill's for you. If you're somebody who...
So now she's hitting us with this bud's for you. All right, so this bill is for you. First of all, she hits us with that monkey paw hand up there to distract you. See, if you're not ready, it's kind of mesmerizing. You know, you be trying to take it serious. You have a whole bunch of questions in your head. Like, what is she talking about? Uh-oh. What is that? Is that a monkey paw? That's an ugly looking hand. Did she eat with that hand? I wonder how she even uses that hand. Well, let me get back to what I was saying. But so she hits us with if you're a person who lost your job and all this stuff, and this bill is going to help you. And if you're going to vote, you got to vote, first of all, by loving yourself. I don't know what that means and how that applies to anything. But nonetheless, Nancy is trying to convince us to spend more money. Now, when they come up with bills that she didn't come up with, she is quick to delay the whole process. She's not thinking about the small businesses. She's not thinking about putting the money back in Americans' pockets. In fact, when you look at her $1 trillion, $3 trillion bill, she wants to make sure some of that hard-earned money from the taxpayers gets distributed to illegal immigrants, stuff like that. Spent on things that we don't need and have nothing to do with the coronavirus. And what she's also doing is trying to make it sound like this is all for you, and we're just trying to help you, not make you become codependent on the government and slide in our agenda along with a secondary agenda, which is one, getting you guys hooked on relying on government assistance, and two, making sure Trump doesn't get reelected coming in November because of a strong economy. So we want to go ahead and supply all of the needs so we can play the hero. We can play Robin Hood. It was us who, let's say, let's go ahead and rob Peter to pay Paul. It was us who said, let's worry about all the people and give them a lot of money. It was us who said we love the dreamers, but didn't get them amnesty. It was us who held up all the money in the first place. It was us. See, that's what she's going to forget to tell the people, because she wants them to see her. And the Democrats are people who they're politicians who just want to help the people. That's all they want to do. Not to mention they really want to hurt the people. But anyway, that's neither. Let's continue.
Uncertain as to whether you're going to be able to feed your family, this bill's for you.
This bill's for you.
If you have uncertainty about the fear that you might contract or be infected by this virus, or that you could carry it home to your children or to your parents, older parents, this bill's for you.
Now, the last tactic here she's using is fear. She's trying to run a commercial. This bud's for you. So she's saying, all right, if you're worried about your family dying, you worry about feeding your family. If you worry about getting corona and taking it home, this bill's for you. Not look at the logical stuff about the bill that doesn't apply to you. Doesn't help you whatsoever. This money is going to be sent to other organizations or people that really aren't even a part of the United States. And don't worry about the details of the bill. Trust me, the bill is for you. And to let you know that, let me tell you about 4 or 5 things that might scare you, even though, you're going, well, how does this bill apply to me? I don't think about that. The bill is for you. If you're worried about taking corona home on your shoe, the bill's for you. Busting rhymes while she's talking. If you're feeling sad and blue, this bill's for you. If you're worried about corona on his shoe, this bill's for you. If you have no clue, then this bill is for you. That's what she's doing. And she's relying on people having no clue and telling them this bill's for you. Well, I have a message for her. Everything she just said is do. She's the one that's really walking around with the doo-doo on his shoe. And I smell it, and I hope all of y'all smell it, and I hope we let everybody else know that not only is she walking around with doo-doo on her shoes, she's wearing a doo-doo suit too. Full doo-doo suit made out of 100% feces. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Got the nerve to come out there and talking reckless. Find me every Wednesday, 7:30 live in Kevin's Corner on Facebook, YouTube, and my radio blog talk show. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, and the notification button. Don't forget, check out Extreme Tees, my sponsor. I'm rocking the dog tag logo. And click on their website, put Kevin in a promo code. You get a 20% discount. Also, what else? Oh, if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. I appreciate it. And we'll see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. God bless.